You've seen this many times. You're in the school cafeteria or at home, talking and laughing with others while enjoying a meal, and someone inhales a little of what he was eating or drinking. He starts to cough and his eyes water, but the problem passes pretty quickly. Does that sound familiar? At one time or another, most of us have had something cause us to choke. Usually we can cough it up easily, but it's a terrible feeling for those few seconds when we can't breathe. But sometimes something gets stuck in our airway and it won't come out. We can't breathe because our airway is blocked. So how can you tell the difference between choking that causes a mild or severe airway block? If the person is able to cough, speak, or breathe, the airway block is only mild. He's uncomfortable, but you can stand by and let him cough until he recovers. You don't have to phone 911 unless you're worried about his breathing. If he can't cough, speak, or breathe, his airway block is severe and he needs your help. He may also put his hands to his throat in the choking sign. It isn't safe to practice the skills we're about to show you on a real person who isn't actually choking. We'll demonstrate these skills for you. If you see someone you think is choking, ask him, "Are you choking?" If he nods yes but can't speak, cough, or breathe, tell him you'll help and then get behind him. Wrap your arms around him so that your hands are in front and make a fist with one hand. Put the flat thumb side of your fist just above the belly button and well below the breastbone. Be careful not to press on the breastbone. Grab your fist with the other hand and push quickly up against his stomach. Repeat these quick thrusts until the object is forced out or he can breathe and make sounds. If the person is a pregnant woman or is very large and you can't wrap your arms all the way around the waist, wrap your arms around the chest instead, and give thrusts in the same spot where you would push when giving CPR. Sometimes a person who is choking will stop responding because he can no longer breathe. When this happens, he will need CPR with breaths. Here's how to help a choking adult who stops responding. Lay him down on the ground. Shout to see if anyone is nearby. Say something like, "Help! Somebody help me!" If someone arrives, tell the person, "You, phone 911 now and get an AED if it's close." If no one comes to help you and you don't have a phone nearby, you need to begin CPR with breaths. Give 30 compressions. Open the airway. If you see an object in the mouth, take it out. If you don't see an object in the mouth, don't perform a blind finger sweep in the person's mouth, because you could push the object deeper into the airway. Give 2 breaths. Continue giving sets of 30 compressions and 2 breaths, looking in the mouth for the object after each set of 30 compressions. If you don't know how to give breaths, do hands-only CPR. After 5 sets of 30 compressions and 2 breaths, if you're alone and no one has phoned 911, leave the person and phone 911 and get a nearby AED yourself. The key difference between CPR for an adult in cardiac arrest and CPR for a choking adult who has stopped responding is that you stay with the choking adult to give 5 sets of 30 compressions and 2 breaths before leaving to phone 911 and get an AED. Early CPR may dislodge the object and give the choking adult much needed oxygen immediately. Continue CPR with breaths until the AED arrives, medical help takes over, you physically can't continue, or the person starts to respond. You've learned some important life-saving skills. You now know how to tell the difference between a mild and severe airway block in a choking adult, how to help a choking adult, and how to help a choking adult who stops responding. If you witness choking at school, at home, or even in a restaurant, you're prepared to help. Now, you can choose to start the lesson on how to give CPR to a child, or you can replay any of the lessons we've shown you so far.